Hello and welcome to week 5. The timestamps are above if you're interested in jumping into that, and I'm thinking this is just going to be a weekly thing to make sure these don't get old, but let's just get straight into the battles. Welcome to week 5. Here we have battle 1. On the left we have Quartz, and on the right we have Guilty Kiss. So of course Quartz has 4 members, Guilty Kiss has 3, so we're going to have double Yoshikos, or Yohane. So Quartz is 2-1 and Guilty Kiss is 4-0. So Guilty Kiss is one of the two teams that still is undefeated here. Arise being the other one, but Guilty Kiss has one more victory because Arise had a bye week. So Guilty Kiss has the most impressive record here, and they are the ones to be here. Quartz is definitely doing relatively well now. They've gone in 2-1, so they have a relatively good record here. Mari just never even attempted to recover on the side of that skyscraper all the way to the right, so that's gonna put Guilty Kiss at a little disadvantage here early on. But despite that, the rest, I guess Guilty Kiss is slightly out-damaging Quartz here, but we'll have to see. A lot of the members are struggling to recover here on the middle of these two skyscrapers, but it looks like everyone is able to recover here. There's a lot of chaos going on between these two skyscrapers over here. We have Rin has already gone up to 100% here. We'll have to see. Any big hits can start getting a few kills here. And there goes a few lives there. So Guilty Kiss has lost 2 lives so far, and we have that because one of Yoshiko's lost a life here, and Kasumi and Emma also lost life over there as well. So there goes Rina. So now it looks like Guilty Kiss should have the advantage here. Now they're able to recover from that poor decision from Mari, which honestly I'm not sure what that was supposed to be. And there goes Yoshiko, and there goes the other Yoshiko. So one Yoshiko is doing pretty well, the other one's doing pretty bad here. So one Yoshiko is already down to her final life here, but of course she could steal lives from other members here just to make sure it's still a 4v4 here. Kanata and Rico both have not died yet, so we'll see when that will change. Kanata received a big hit but was not killed. Here goes Rico, but she's still alive surprisingly, mainly because the ceiling's really high in this stage here. And now Rico is still alive here. Alright. So there goes Kanata, but Rico is still holding on to her first life here. Mari is down to her final life here, and one Yoshiko managed to lose all her lives already here, getting eliminated pretty early on. She steals a life from Rico, so Rico is now down to her final life as well here. So Guilty Kiss is now definitely really behind, as they're 3 lives behind. So, unfortunate for Guilty Kiss, they are down here, really struggling, as they are down to their final 4 lives, 1 per character here. And we have Quartz, who has 6 lives here. So Guilty Kiss looks like they might receive their first loss here, as Quartz is able to do a lot better than them here. So there goes one of the Yoshikos. Now it's a 3 versus 4 here, and we'll have to see. It looks like the other Yoshiko will not recover. Wow, one Yoshiko was just incredibly useless, dying 5 times. That is not bode well, which that would have definitely made a difference here. So it looks like the rest of Guilty Kiss is going to be struggling here. So now they're just down to 1 Rico here, and it's over here. So, unfortunate for Guilty Kiss, they are now received their first loss, which puts them down to 4-1, which is still a relatively good record here. Quartz did claim the victory here, though, with 3-1. But just an abysmal performance by one of the Yoshikos, while the other one did pretty well. In fact, she did the best, tied with Emma here. And then there's Mari, who just committed suicide, which really didn't help, but I guess Kasumi's suicide offsets that. But really, this is just Yoshiko, one of the Yoshikos just doing so poorly, which completely destroyed the match for Guilty Kiss here. So, unfortunate for Guilty Kiss, they are now, well, not undefeated anymore. Welcome to the second battle of week 5. Here on the left we have AZALEA, and on the right we have DiverDiva. So both of these teams have been struggling a lot. They both have a 1-3 record here. So we're going to see if either team can go and get 2 wins here, to hopefully try to stay in contention here. The other team will drop to 1-4, which, well, I believe that is the worst record at the moment here, so we got to be careful and see how that goes for the other teams here. So we're on the Wheat Pit stage here, and of course this is a walk-off stage, so you gotta be careful to make sure you don't get caught off to the side here. So far, both teams have not been doing that hot. DiverDiva has struggled the most, although they had a great win against Saint Snow. They just haven't been able to produce much beyond that. So we got a nice kill here on Ayumu as she got comboed all the way near the edge and went to finish them off at the edge over there here. So far, Setsuna is definitely struggling here as they have two people really high, and there goes Setsuna. So now DiverDiva has a pretty decent lead here. So there goes Kanan, and there goes and now we're actually back to even on lives here. So Kanan is a really high percentage here, and Setsuna's lost life already here. And there goes Ayumu. Asuna is already struggling a lot here, and there goes Shizuku with a big hit by Kanan. When Kanan still have not lost a life here, and there she goes, she just lost a life. But nevertheless, we still have a really big lead here for DiverDiva here, as Asuna is just not performing. Asuna is down to 4 lives here, while DiverDiva has 6 lives here. It goes and there goes Kanan for 4 lives on 4 lives here. Azuna's looking to try to stay in here, but they have really high percentages here. But granted, as it's a walkout stage, with a good few combos, they can get a kill and even this up pretty easily here. And there goes Ayumu. And Setsuna looks like she'll live just for now. So now we're still back to 3-on-3 as Shizuku's forks fits a life here. And now we have 3-on-3 lives here, but let's be careful because Setsuna is on her final life and she's really high percentage here. But so is on the air team, so and I think it still happened here. And it looks like she lives, and now she dies here as the cannonball was too much for her. So we have a 2-on-3 here, but DiverDiva's getting some pretty big hits here. I don't know if that'll be enough to make the difference as it's a 2v3. Azuna has to rely on their numbers here, and they do get the kills here as they both finish off both Kanans at the very end, and Azuna survives and does not get a loss here. DiverDiva had a strong lead for a while, but blew it at the end here. We had one Kanan who only got 1 kill, while the other one did okay, and I kind of in the middle. Shizuku had a ridiculously good performance here with 5 and 1. Setsuna did a little better with 3 and 2, or better than normal, I suppose. And Ayumu did not do so well, going 1 and 3. So congratulations to Asuna, who moves to 2 and 3, and DiverDiva unfortunately moves to 1 and 4. Welcome to the third battle of week 5. Here on the left we have BiBi, and on the right we have Lily White. So BiBi is currently 2 and 2, while Lily White is 1 and 2. So BiBi's looking to get above 0.500 here, as they could get to 3 and 2, which means they have more wins than losses. Lily White is looking to try to get back to 2 and 2 here, as I believe they won the first battle and not once since. Lily White started out pretty good, but after that just haven't been able to perform here. BiBi has been relatively unimpressive overall. The last one was pretty good for them, but they've had some games where they just weren't able to do anything. So here we got a lot of people staying in the middle of the ledge, and it looks like Nozomi will be the one unable to recover as they are all fighting in there. So it's a little early lead for BiBi here as Lily White is already down 1 life here. We have Rin saying hi to the camera here and putting Lily White even further behind, as Lily White is down 2 lives here already. And Umi stays alive there, so it looks like they won't get behind 3 lives here. It's like a barely recovery from Nozomi there, but not there, as Nozomi prioritized harassing the opponents rather than making back on the ledge here, which is a very risky strategy and definitely not pay off. Although she got a big hit, she sacrificed her life for that, and that's definitely not worth it. Looks like all of BiBi is at really high percentages here, as they just only receive small hits and are very easily able to recover here. So that is the first death for BiBi and the second death right there, as now BiBi only has 7 lives here, while Lily White's only down to 5 here. Lily White is already looking to be out of this match already. Maki is still holding on to her first life here. And commits suicide over there. That was very stupid, to say the least. And literally, she just killed herself there. So, Rin is down to her final life here, and Nozomi is looking to try to stay alive here, but we'll have to see. She might have to steal life from Umi, which can end up devastating Umi here. There goes Rin, actually, and who's going to steal life from Umi, and there goes Maki, down to her final life here already, even though she was the last person to lose her first life. Definitely not a very good idea to die at such low percentages here. So we're currently at 5 lives versus 3 lives here, and Lily White really needs to do something here if they want to get back in this game. Nozomi is going to be dying pretty soon here. We'll have to see. There goes Ellie. We're 4 on 3 lives here, but BiBi need, or should I say, Lily White needs quite a comeback here if they want to stay in this match here. Nozomi is looking very, very fragile here, as any hit could send her really launching. As she's at 160%. Umi is also really high here as well. Nico is really high percentages as well, although she has another life to spare though. So it's not the end of the world if she dies. And there goes Nozomi. So we'll have to see how long Lily White lasts, as it's now just a 2-on-3, which is incredibly hard to fight off here. And then Umi commits suicide there, as she tried to make a recovery and completely fails. So Ellie ended up dying there and stealing Nico's extra life here. And to keep it a 3v1 here. And Rin cannot recover from that at the end, as she ended up kicking the opponent instead of recovering back to the stage here. So BiBi will get the victory here, as BiBi moves to 3-2, while Lily White moves to 1-3. We had a pretty decent performance by Umi here, but the true story here is Nico. Maki did alright as well, and Ellie did nothing. So unfortunate for 2 of the third years for Muse, as they got to combine 1 kill here with Ellie and Nozomi. But the story here is for Nico, and I guess as well as Maki, so I guess there's your ship if you're into that. Welcome to the 4th battle of week 5. Here on the left we have Saint Snow, and on the right we have CYaRon. So of course Saint Snow has 2 members, so we got 2 layers here to make up for that. Saint Snow currently is 3-1, while CYaRon is 1-2. Of course, Saint Snow had an unfortunate defeat to DiverDiva 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So that was unfortunate for them. So we'll have to see if they're able to recover from that loss. So CYaRon is a little struggling here, as they are currently 1-2, but they can get back into it with a victory here. There goes Ruby, who can't recover. And there goes Lei, who can't recover, and there goes Yo, who can't recover. All dying beneath the stage because they thought fighting beneath the stage was a good idea. And there goes Ruby, who got Toadstool, and Ruby lost 2 lives here, so good strategy by CYaRon, I guess. Very questionable move so far here, as just really unnecessary deaths happen here. So there goes another life there for Leia, as now we got people dying at really low percentages here, which doesn't make sense. And then Leia just tries to dodge a cannonball, and by dodging she misses the ledge and kills herself, so that's very questionable. Yo with a very late recovery down in life here. Leia would not even close to recovering there and dying here. I'm guessing since this on the stage, these characters are known to go for the cannon, but there's no cannon there, so they're just just dying. So I guess this is just pitiful, poor AI here. So there goes Ruby, who's already dying, and she's gonna steal fly from Yo, who now has died. This is just sad, honestly. All these characters who don't have the best recoveries are going for a cannon that's not existent on the stage here. So I guess they're just dying to the stage here as they can't recover. There goes Chika. And then the CYaRon's down to 1 life here. It's pretty over here. And there goes Ruby. Saint Snow, I guess, good job? I'm not exactly sure what to make of this fight here, as this only lasted 1:43 here. And, well, technically, you don't get to see which ones were really technically suicides, because they got damaged before that. We actually had a legitimate suicide from Ruby. but a lot of these kills were not legitimately earned, as a lot of them just died beneath the stage. Yo just did awful. I mean, almost everyone did awful here. As you only dealt 81% damage here, and then we had Todo only dealt 96. It's just, I don't know, let's just forget about this battle, I guess. Welcome to the final battle of week 5. Of course, Printup is on their bye week, so we of course did not see him fight. So we'll see him next week. Here on the left we have AZALEA, and on the right we have Arise. So as we know, Arise is now the only team without a loss, as they are 3-0. We watched Guilty Kiss a little earlier, who got their first loss, so Guilty moves to 4-1. So we'll see if Arise can move atop of them with a 4-0 record. AZALEA, on the other hand, is not doing so hot. They are currently 1-3, and if they lose again, they move to 1-4, which will definitely be one of the worst records. So we'll see if AZALEA can get back on track and defeat an undefeated team here, which will be pretty hard to accomplish. So we'll see if AZALEA can get a bit of an upset here and try to stay in here to make this more interesting. So we got off to a pretty fast start here, and it looks like Arise has a bit of an early lead here in terms of damage percentages. Of course, no one's lost a life yet. That's pretty hard to do, but we have seen some very questionable decisions from previous battles here, so just don't keep it out. Don't rule it out yet. But it's definitely clear that Arise has definitely had a bit of a lead here, and they finish off Dio pretty quick here. And they're looking to really capitalize on this, as Hanamaru was sent launching, but she was not killed. Dio looks like to try to get a kill here, but I don't think she will get it. Oh, that looks... No, she looks like she'll be able to recover here. There goes Kanan. So now AZALEA's down 2 lives here. Hanamaru is still holding on to her first life here. We'll see how long she can hold on to that. And they're looking to try to finish off Anju, but they just cannot get it. But they finally get it here, but at the cost of Hanamaru's life. So AZALEA is definitely struggling here, as they are behind 2 lives here. But they're looking to see if they can quickly finish off Last Rise. And there goes Kanan, who manages to finish off Tsubasa there to make sure that they're not too far behind. But they need to finish off Erena, and they do. So we're back to even lives here, although AZALEA is definitely trailing percentage here, but they're definitely trying to keep this a game. They're not letting Arise capitalize too much of a percentage here, or getting too much of lead here. Hanamaru makes a very questionable decision there, but she gets bailed out as the opponents manage to reset her recovery and make sure she stays alive here. Oh, and she gets spiked, but she does get back on the stage, as she got spiked really high up on the stage here. All of AZALEA's really high percentages here, so we'll have to see if they will be able to recover. And it looks like Dio will not be able to recover, and that'll put Arise back up on the lead in terms of lives here. And there goes Kanan. So AZALEA down 2 lives here now. And there goes Hanamaru. Now they're down 3 lives here. AZALEA needs to pick it up if they want to stay in this battle here. They need to finish off the second lives for all of Arise members here if they want to stay in here. They get one of them. So now it's only a 2 life lead for Arise here. Although unfortunate for AZALEA, they are building up those percentages on their final lives here for at least 2 of the members here. So we have to see if that will be able to stay in it. So they managed to finish off 2 of the Arise members' lives to make sure it's still an even life battle here. It's still anyone's game, but definitely AZALEA is behind here, and they need to get some major damage if they want to stay in this game here. As soon as one of the members are down, it's going to be an insane advantage for Arise here. Dia is at a really high percentage here, so she's looking to lose a life at any moment, giving Arise a huge advantage. And there goes Dia. So it looks like the hopes of AZALEA has just dwindled insanely here. And they were not able to get that kill here, which they desperately need if they want to stay in this battle here. AZALEA needs very smart plays and good punches if they want to stay in it. And there goes Hanamaru, and there goes Kanan. So unfortunately for AZALEA, they are not able to get the victory here, although they kept it relatively close against the only undefeated team left. So Rise actually moves to 4-0 here, and AZALEA will move down to 1-4. So unfortunate for AZALEA, despite having an okay showing, they will not claim victory here. So that is it for week 5. So let me know what you guys think about these battles. And of course, we will have week 6. Week 6, AZALEA will have a bye, so they will stay 1-4. So we'll not be seeing AZALEA next week. So we're basically at the halfway mark now. Because there are 11 weeks, and half of 11, I guess, is 5.5. So I guess officially now we're at the halfway mark. So as you see the schedule, you can start seeing who might be getting into the playoffs and who might not. But we'll have to see. There still is time for any team to get a hot streak going and see if they can make it into the playoffs. But that's it for week 5. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in another video soon.